It is 11 minutes past 7. Good morning to you. You're watching BBC Breakfast.
1 in 4 adults will be diagnosed with a mental illness at some point during their lives, but it's often difficult to access the right kind of help.
Well, now the Department of Health is giving £10 million to a fast-track training scheme that helps graduates become social workers in community mental health teams.
It's going to be run by the charity Think Ahead, and Natalie Acton is their chief executive and joins us now. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. How much difference will this money make then, and what will it do?
Well, we are delighted that the Department of Health has decided to give us this money because it will allow us to train hundreds more talented graduates to work with thousands of people with mental health problems across the country.
How many hundred?
So 300 we've just recruited 100 people to work on the scheme. You mentioned that 1 in 4 people experience a mental health problem, and mental health social workers can make a huge difference to their lives. The offer that we're making to graduates, and it's been hugely popular so far, is a 2-year fully funded training scheme, at the end of which they'll be qualified as social workers and they will have a master's degree. And we're already finding that it's extremely popular with graduates. I think mental health is an issue that really resonates with young people at the moment, and for each one of our places on the scheme we've had 23 applications this year, which puts us up there with some of the most competitive graduate schemes.
You talk about this being a fast track. Does that mean, though, that they will have enough experience, life experience as well, when they qualify?
Yes, so after 14 months they will have qualified as a social worker, but within those 14 months they'll actually clock up more on-the-job training and academic input than on traditional social work courses. So it's not a quick fix, it's just in a very intensive way of training. Unlike on other social work courses, they won't, for example, have long summer holidays or long Christmas holidays. And in our application process and our selection process, we're really testing to make sure that the people that we're recruiting have the right attributes to do the job. So we're looking for intelligence, but we're also looking for emotional intelligence, empathy, relationship building skills, and real motivation and commitment to work with people with mental health issues.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will welcome it and say that it sounds like a good development, but if a quarter of adults suffer some kind of mental health issue, and this is 300 extra social workers, it's not a huge increase, really, is it? It's not going to make an enormous amount of difference.
Well, social workers can make a massive impact to the lives of the people who they work with. People with mental health problems have told us that it's often their social worker who really makes that critical difference to helping them to live an independent life. Our participants will be working with a particular subset of people with mental health problems. So people with a severe and enduring mental illness, with conditions such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, personality disorders. And they'll be working alongside them, along with psychiatrists and nurses, to make sure that every aspect of their life is supported. So not just their medical diagnosis, but also their housing issues, their employment issues, their finances, which are often those things that can make living with a mental health condition really tricky.
How do you make sure that these graduates who have been on the course stay in that career?
Well, people with mental health problems have told us that it is really important to them that the people who work with them have a commitment and are going to go the distance with them and really build that trusting relationship. So one of the things that we have tested for during our incredibly competitive and rigorous assessment process is motivation and commitment to the cause. We're finding that a lot of people who've applied to our course have a real personal interest in mental health. They're not choosing this just as a graduate scheme among many. They've really chosen us because they want a rewarding and challenging career, which leads to a qualification, but where it offers them the chance to make a real difference. So we're testing during our selection process for people who have a genuine passion for working on the mental health issue.
OK. Natalie Acton, thanks very much for your time this morning.